There it is. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? While we're giving everybody a chance to get into the stream today, we wanted to welcome everybody. It is our April live stream Q&A, and we're focused on the spring. Before I forget, we do edit this video and put it on our website. It is the Desert Farmer Podcast. It's a condensed version of everything that we're doing here today, minus all the bumps and skips. But we've got that on our website, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. And it's a great way of kind of just taking in the audio only with what we're going through today. So we're trying something out with the stream today. We usually have a bad connection, and we think we finally have our internet figured out. And so we're trying this a little more real time with less latency. So if you guys see that we have any issues with sound or picture quality, please let us know. So we have a lot going on here on the farm, right? Mm-hmm. So this week was busy. We had pigs, right? You want to tell everybody about the pigs?
So pigs, we took another round to the processor on Thursday, so 4 more. So we now have just 5 pigs right now.
Which is kind of nice and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely bittersweet for us. They're cute when they're piglets.
Yeah.
For the first few months, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. And
then they get to 300-pound bruisers and start destroying everything on the planet.
Yeah, completely. They rip my boots. They knock me on my butt.
Yep. We have metal sheeting at the back of Hogwarts, and they're ripping the metal sheeting. They're tearing the metal sheeting off, basically. But yeah, they basically break everything. They're breaking their rubberized feed bowls that are supposed to basically be indestructible, and they're destroying those. So, and just being a menace.
Yeah, they are.
And even just trying to play, like you got knocked on your butt, but that was the smallest pig we have, right? Was that little Spot?
Yeah, little Spot, and yeah, he was just trying to play and just kind of being crazy, and got me off guard and knocked me down.
He's probably 100 pounds heavier than you are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, easily. And then they're really short to the ground, so they're pretty tough little dudes.
Yeah.
So, hey, how's it going, Kelly? How you doing, man? Used to messaging you back and forth in the comments section, but it's cool to see you here. So yeah, so pigs was the biggest thing there, and then you did some shopping.
I did. Mm-hmm. They'll learn that on the blog tomorrow.
Yeah. So basically, when it comes to planting season,
why don't you ask this?
Okay, let's ask this.
When all of you guys go to, let's say, any type of nursery or Home Depot or Lowe's or anything,
or a grocery store that sells herbs in the front.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. So, do you just walk on by, or do you take a look to see what they have?
Do you start shopping?
Are you tempted to buy?
Do you find yourself in the power tool section, or do you find yourself in the gardening section, is what you're saying? Yeah. So if you're going there to get wood planks, do you wind up on the other side of Home Depot in the gardening section?
No, not always.
Not always.
But I went to go get potting soil, so I was in the garden area.
That's true. Hey, Sam, how's it going, man? Kevin, how you doing? Glad you're here. How's Vegas doing? I know we had a nice little reprieve with a little bit of rain. Again, we just kind of got spit on for the most part. I think it was like 1/10 of an inch, so we're just over 1/2 an inch. But did you guys get any of that weather that came through? I know it cooled it off for us, which was a nice change.
Yeah, it was nice.
So basically, we have some more green babies, is what happened.
Yeah. So there was some thornless. Our last boysenberry that we had at the other property was not thornless. Mm-hmm. So I found a thornless boysenberry at Lowe's, and I bought it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. So you got to help me out here.
So Kelly, I bought one of those 3-in-1 trees yesterday.
Oh, very good. You're going to have to let us know 3-in-1 of what?
What variety? Yeah.
Yep, what varieties?
Eric, hi everybody. When was last time you stopped by the old farm? How does the fruit taste there if you were able to try some, since the trees there are getting to be very mature now.
Yeah, so in fact, we have so the folks that bought our home, they're friends of ours now. In fact, they bought pork from us, and they're going to be in the last round of pigs. So we're going to go to see them probably in about a month and a half. So we'll be there, which turns out to be May, which is about peach ripening season and the tail end of mulberry season. Oh.
Yeah, we were there last spring. Was the last time we were there.
Yeah, one thing I can tell you was the mulberries. So the Shangri-La mulberry tree there is in the ground, 6 years now? Going on 6 or 7 years. And it's huge, and the fruit is incredible.
Yeah.
It's doubled in size, I would say, since we were there. I mean, there were some Shangri-La mulberries that were probably a good 2.5 inches. I mean, pushing Pakistan mulberry size, but wider, so nice and thick and really, really good. So, but we haven't this year, but we'll see them for pork delivery. So I may have to tag along. We usually do those.
Yeah. All right, we have Jose. Hello. What's the current
how's it going, Jose?
spring plan?
So spring plan, for the most part, it's implemented already. So the biggest things we have going on here, we have 2 pastures that we're establishing. One of them will be for market turkeys. We pre-sold, I don't remember how many. It's a couple dozen.
Yeah, like 20.
So we pre-sold
20, yeah, just over 20, I think.
Just over 20 turkeys. We're going to bring those in, I believe, middle of July. So we're starting to establish a pasture. It's struggling because quail are just devouring the starts again, which is kind of a problem. But we've got time. Technically, we don't need that pasture in place until fall. So August, we can really come back to, because the turkeys won't be on it until mid-August or so. The second one is a duck and goose pasture, which is right next to Rosie and Violet's pen that I was working on today again.
Yeah.
So livestock is kind of the biggest thing, and then those 2 pastures. I think the other part of it is the fact that we have trees that are finally coming into fruit that we're allowing to fruit. And we are trying to document as much of that as we can for you guys. I know today we did a video on peach thinning. So we're going to continue to do those to kind of rehash what we've done in the past. But I think, a lot of that content's really old, maybe not the best quality. And we've learned things since then, too.
You mean you don't want your white sunglasses?
No, we've retired. I've retired the white sunglasses quite some time ago, thanks to comments from a lot of you folks that are still here, actually.
All right, so we have Derek Nice planted a few boysenberry vines this year.
Ah, very good. Very good. So we're not the only ones.
Nope. All right, Kevin, I always park by garden because no matter what I'm grabbing inside Lowe's, I always want to check out the garden area. It's like Walmart. You go to spend $20 and end up spending $80.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I think what I'm going to do, it looks to me like I'm going to get up. This is a technical break. I think I need to see if I can turn the latency down. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance. No, it's not going to let me. Here we go. Yeah, it won't let me. Yeah, it's stream status. Shoot. All right, well, we're going to have to just go with it. Sorry, guys, we're getting some technical difficulties here. I'm hopeful that it'll fix itself. We were wanting to do some lower latency, but I think we might have messed that up. So sorry about the video quality. Hopefully it'll come back for us. Where did I leave off?
So Kevin going and spending $80 instead of $20.
Yeah. And we've done the same. So
all the time.
In fact, hundreds of dollars from time to time.
And then Kelly, so the 3-in-1, Alberta, apricot, and gold dust peach.
Oh, that's an interesting combination. So it's apricots and peaches. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
So a stone fruit combination. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll be real curious to see how that does. I know pruning is one of the biggest issues with that. Just trying to give each one of them enough room so that it can ripen fruit, set fruit, and that kind of thing. So have to let us know how that goes.
All right, we have Marjorie, new, and love you guys.
Hi, Marjorie. How are ya?
Kelly, that peach thinning is actually a very informative info source. I picked up a couple of tips from you.
Oh, very good. Yeah, and we've even changed that a little bit. Like we used to give more spacing on this first round of thinning. I showed you guys that hang loose sign, so that's about 6 inches or so. Used to automatically go to 6 inches, and we've shortened that up a little bit. So now it's more like 4 to 5 inches, and we found that that's still pretty effective, and it gives us a chance to come back behind and thin again. So it keeps a little more fruit on it, and then we can keep an eye on that and thin again if we need to.
Yeah. All right, we have Joey.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to say hi.
How's it going, brother?
Hi, brother. Tell Tiffany hi.
Yes.
And then Kelly, I think we all have done that in the garden center.
Yeah.
See, I'm not the only one with impulse buying.
No. In fact, I'm pretty sure there was a video that I did a couple years ago. You took a day off and I went shopping.
Oh, you went to Richard's Garden Center.
I did.
And I think packed your car with trees.
I did.
Yeah.
I was planning on getting like 1 or 2 and I completely filled the car.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a few $100.
All right, Sam, I purchased a Flavor Delight apium last spring and planted it. It's a big tree in 25-gallon pot, so it's not small, but not huge. It came out dormancy a few weeks ago, but hardly flowered, only a handful.
So we noticed that as well. So we had a little bit of flowering, and then we do have some fruit on there that are probably about the size of a nickel or so right now, and there's some flowering behind it. Those have a tendency to be biannual. I don't think that's the right term, but they don't necessarily fruit heavily every year. So you'll get a good solid fruit set one year and then a lighter fruit set the following year. So they're not consistent. And the second thing is obviously the tree age. Those do grow very quickly, but we noticed on the old farm that it took it about 3 years before we got a really good heavy fruit set. Mm-hmm. So it's just because the age of the tree.
And he said on here, I have a much smaller cotton candy apium that is full of flowers.
Yeah, so and it could just be that it's going to offset as far as your fruit set.
Which would be great.
Yeah, especially if you get the cotton candy that does that the opposite, or if it just goes straight. I think we got a new cotton candy that we put in. Yeah. So didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
All right, we have Jose. Are y'all putting biochar into your soils?
Right, so we've had a lot of folks ask that question, and the answer is no. We haven't used it in the past, and we've been successful without it. I think I wouldn't have an issue trying it. I think that it's very beneficial, so that's not an issue. The biggest thing for us would be the amount that we would need, and I would want to create it ourselves, and I'm just not comfortable starting a fire with I don't know how many countless truckloads of dry wood chips out there. So, but we would have the ability to do it. We've got stumps back there that we can make our own. But we have so much going on the farm that I don't think we'll go back to that much detail on the fruit trees. That being said, it definitely would be worth trying. It's not going to hurt. It can only help.
All right, we have, hi guys, Latimer.
The
evil bunny rabbit.
How's it going? Yeah, we talk all the time in the comment section. Okay. I'm sure bunnies will come up at some point today.
All right, we have Ramon. Hi, hello guys. Juan.
How's it going?
Guys.
Hey Juan. Hello in Chandler.
Bee and the Bee. Yep, just bought a couple of tomato plants at Lowe's and saw a Santa Rosa plum. Mm-hmm. Is it a bad idea to buy from Lowe's, and is it okay to plant now? Getting hot here in Chandler.
Yeah, so we planted a couple of bare root trees over the last couple weeks, and only because they were shipped to us so late. So we planted April 2 years ago when we bought the trees from Reed. And so I would say with Reed and his trees, yes, only because they're potted, the rootstocks are very aggressive, and we have experience with that not being an issue. Now, it's early April, so is that going to be a problem? Probably not, unless we get really, really severe weather or there's issues with the planting itself or the tree. You're probably going to be okay. For me, when it comes to any of your stone fruit, obviously I'd prefer to get them from Reed at RSI Growers, but if you can get one in the ground, it would be okay. One thing I can tell you with Santa Rosa, we bought the Santa Rosa on the old farm was purchased from Home Depot. I believe we planted it in February. And talking to Darren, who's the new owner of the home, that tree is really struggling now. And that is one of the things, in fact, I think it may actually be dead. So that's one thing that Reed does specify when it comes to the rootstocks is trees may seem like they're doing fine for a few years, and all of a sudden the rootstock fails. So it sounds like 6 years later, I think it's right at about 6 years later, that tree's now died. So with that experience, I would say it's probably worth waiting until fall when Reed has Santa Rosa plums available again. But
Well, she already bought it from Lowe's.
oh, already I thought it was saw one.
No.
Okay, if you have one and you're going to get it in the ground, now's better than waiting.
Oh, wait, maybe not. I saw a Santa Rosa plum. Is it a bad idea to buy from Lowe's, and is it okay to plant?
Yeah, I would not buy that from Lowe's. Only with our experience and the fact that we now know that that tree is basically gone at this point. Several years later, which is pretty frustrating. I know Darren's frustrated.
Yeah. All right. Chris and Larry Homestead. Hi from Chino Valley.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, Chino Valley, I'll bet that's beautiful right now.
Nice weather. Ramon, is it better to plant fig trees in full sun or filtered sun?
Always full sun. Yep, always full sun. Full stop, full sun. Fig trees need full sun all the time, 100% of the time, no exception. So just make sure you're planting it correctly. Biggest thing with figs, well, really the advantage to figs, it doesn't matter if you plant a little too deep, but I would be careful planting them deep right now, only because you want them to take off. But mulch them nice and heavy because they're going to need it, and be very consistent, not regular, but consistent with your watering. So, and I guess regular would be okay as well, but you want to be infrequent and deep with that watering. That is the key. And then mulch nice and heavy. If you get 8 to 12 inches of some type of woody mulch, whether that's something you get from Chip Drop or something like that, or something you buy from Depot, get a nice deep layer of mulch on there, and then a deep soak about once a week. But full sun. Yeah.
All right. Then we have one. I have two
guamachil. Yeah.
trees, and one of them is fruiting for the first time. Can't wait to taste it.
That's awesome. One, you're going to have to let us know how that tastes. I know that reminds me of like an ice cream bean tree, but not tropical. So I hear they have wicked thorns. I've seen one. I think I saw one at like Lowe's or something, but that's pretty exciting. Yeah. You're going to have to let us know how that fruit is.
All right. We have Plentiful.
Hey guys.